Well, welcome to the newspaper review segment. And this morning we have Okenna Nebedum and Ambrose Igbokwe here with us. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the show. Heading straight to the papers this morning, let's start with the Punch. Major headlines here says INEC differs with Buhari over death for ballot box snatchers. The position of the commission is that all violators of the Electoral Act should be punished according to the provisions of the Electoral Act. INEC chairman, PDP plotting to snatch ballot boxes, presidency. And then we go to the Daily Times. Major headlines here. Ballot box snatchers will be punished legally, INEC boss. Says no INEC commissioner invited by DSS. Polls to hold in Borno. Atiku Secondus charged military to ignore Buhari's shoot-at-sight order. We move to this day, where in new video, Buhari appeals to voters to turn out on Saturday amid security chiefs. IG wants ballot box snatchers. The HQ, we will be guarded by the Constitution. Yakubu offenders should be punished according to law. Daily Trust, why Saturday's election failed. INEC ready for February the 23rd. Materials arrive in all states. Card readers ready to go. Well, let's get to the inside story here, where Lagos-Ibadan Expressway gridlock persists on Long Bridge. Police, FRSC, NSCDC joint naval ratings to extort motorists. Okay, now I'll start with you. What are your views on this gridlock issue that has persisted on the Long Bridge?
And it's very worrisome that the inferno, which took lives and cost several cars, loss of lives and property, is very fresh in our memory. One would have expected that the Lagos State government, and especially in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Works, would have seen how they expedite action on the construction, on the reconstruction going on in that axis. It is only one way into Lagos, and that is the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Too bad for a city that is over 20, 25 years old, and that a city that is becoming or wants to become a mega city. We should begin to think about alternative entranceway into Lagos so that we decongest the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
All right, decongesting the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ambrose, how do we go about that? What are we not doing right, really? Because we've talked about this several times.
Well, first of all, the root causes of that is that most of the vehicles, articulated vehicles coming in, are going to the wharf in Apapa. Why are they going to the wharf? Most of them are coming to lift petroleum products. And that is the systemic failure of the NNPC to move refined product through the pipelines. Excuse me. When we are growing up, we don't see articulated trucks everywhere. What we see is that there are pipes linking the whole country.
Well, you know, we've witnessed pipeline vandalism several times.
Well, it's a failure of the system too. So we are suffering from the consequences of government failure. And that's over the years. It's not just this administration. And therefore, we should expedite action, as Ken said, on the road. And then we should expedite action on the rail tracks. And then Lagos and Ogun State should find a way of that gateway into Lagos, between Ogun and Gateway, that should find a remedy. Lagos became a colony of the British in 1861. So we're talking about 150 years of metropolitan existence. So we are not supposed to be battling with this by now.
Let's quickly move to the Daily Times now, this inside story where the federal government protests inhuman treatment of Nigerians as Ghana deports 723. We've always had this issue, not just in Ghana, but we knew what happened in South Africa some years back. Ikenna.
I've always said it that no country would accept Nigerian refugees if anything happens to Nigeria. And look at it, all our neighbors getting upset because of Nigerians' invasion or intrusion or coming into some countries to do business legitimately. And you see South Africa mete out its own special kind of xenophobia against Nigerians targeted at our citizens. Now it is Ghana deporting it started from when they issued policies against Nigerian companies through their Corporate Affairs Commission. And they will say it wasn't targeted to Nigerians, but with this deportation now, the federal government really needs to do more. All
right, let's bring Ambrose. 723 Nigerians deported. Where do we move from here? Still remember that we still have some others who were deported from Libya.
It's unfortunate that Nigeria did not consolidate its status as the big brother Africa when it played the role in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. And Nigeria stuck out for apartheid South Africa, stood up for Ghana and other countries. When Ghana had its crisis, a lot of Ghanaians were here as teachers, tailors, and other things. The fact that there was the Ghana must go slogan started then. Yes. And then today we are in the reverse side. But the problem with other African countries, with Nigerians, is that Nigerians are hardworking people. Nigerians are go-getters. Nigerians are not pliable to docility. Therefore, when they go to other countries, they see it, the other people see it as an affront.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your analysis of the newspaper headlines this morning.